So I got involved in ballroom back in 2001.
So I also got involved in ballroom by meeting some new friends when I moved to Indiana. I never knew what ballroom was. I had no clue.
I got involved in ballroom from being pulled in by the icon Opie Ebony and my then mother Amy. They traveled to Chicago and Atlanta and learned ballroom on their own, and then brought it back to us, and it was a way to keep us out of trouble and close to people that loved us.
I went to school with a co-friend named Antoine Amy. He do hair, so I was trying to get my hair twisted. I was like, hey, can I get my hair twisted? So he invited me over his house, and it was a whole bunch of people over there. And I was like, what is y'all doing? They was over there practicing, they was voguing, doing runway. At first I didn't know what that was. I was like, what is they doing? He was like, well, we had involved in the ball scene, such and such, and I think that you should be involved. You can walk Schoolboy Realness. So I was like, nah, I don't do that. I was like really not out the closet really like that much. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So it took me a couple of months. They took me to the first ball I watched. And it's like, oh, I'm interested, I will really walk. So I walked my first ball, I won, and I've been winning ever since.
And my very first house was the House of Ebony, where I walked J-Set. So I ended up meeting some pioneers of the community, Entice, Machiavelli. I also met Opie, Ebony, Damon, Prodigy, and they took me under their wings. They actually helped me and assisted me to start the journey that I'm on now.
My involvement with ballroom has really, shaped my life in many ways. I'm a very shy person, and ballroom has made me be a better person by made me be more outgoing. First, I just used to talk a lot. Now people gotta tell me to shut up. So, I talk more. People say I'm mean, but I'm not. That's just my personality.
Ballroom did open my eyes up to the trans community. My first time seeing someone of trans experience was at a mini ball, and then I went to a major ball and I seen like these beautiful women that came from New York and the East Coast, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can do it. So when I seen that gave me maybe my courage to become the person I am today.
Basically, it's shown me a lot of different things. A lot of things that I probably wouldn't have seen just being an individual in the scene.
My involvement in ballroom has really shaped my life. Completely. It is one of the driving forces in my life. I had a great at-home living with my biological family, but having a chosen family to experience new things with, who could relate to the things that I was a part of, who could teach me things that I didn't know. The mentorship and the camaraderie is something that was necessary for a young Black queer boy.
The ballroom scene showed me a lot. Showed me you can't trust everybody, but when they're family oriented, you're family oriented. It doesn't matter if you're in the same ball house or if you look better than this person, you're a family. So what you're supposed to do is support each other, have each other's backbone. They taught me how to not degrade each other, because I used to look at people side-eyed, and now I'm just like, no, everybody comes from somewhere, and now it's just like, it made me so humble.
It made me more vibrant. I don't know, it made me shine more. I was up under the leadership of Opie, and being up under him, you can't be a quiet person because he's very, very outgoing. So I was like the laid back person. I used to just watch everything, and now I'm trying to be more at the forefront because I'm like a gatekeeper in Indianapolis. So I got a lot of kids here. So I used to house a lot of people at my house because they was homeless or their parents just owned them. So I would feed them, clothe them, make sure they find jobs and stuff like that.
My main goal in ballroom is just to kind of keep the family sense of ballroom alive.
My goals in relation to ballroom is continue to walk balls if I could be iconic. I'm trying to be an icon in the ballroom scene. So I'm coming up on my 20th year. So, I mean, hopefully it'll be soon. I'm gonna walk more. Also, my goal is to teach people, that's not in ballroom, that want to learn about ballroom. So I'm like a person, I don't matter what house you in, I still help you out, with your categories and stuff like that.
My goals in ballroom was to, of course, if you're in ballroom and you know anything about it, is to become legendary, then to become iconic. But once you really figure out the ballroom community, your goals is to really just become somebody that can be a go-to person, someone that uplifts other people, because ballroom can bring you down in certain categories and it can mess with your self-esteem, especially when someone of trans experience is in ballroom, because it's always a who's look better, who's really than the next person. So my goals now is to basically just to be a positive advocate for the trans community in the ballroom scene and just to have fun with it.
My goal is to, continue to teach, also to continue to do outreach, promoting safe sex, PrEP, also making people sure that people need to care.
And to keep it equipped with the support and the efforts of individuals who want to help people succeed in life, who want to educate people about how to navigate through life and to be better people in society. I think the main thing in ballroom now is, to be noticed and to be seen. I mean, I think the best thing that we could be doing is putting out positive things. And that's what I'm here for, is to make sure that those positive things reign.
So I think my role here at BU, it ties in a lot to ending the epidemic. For one, I like to make sure people have a place to stay, because they'll have a place to stay, they're not going to be on their medicine.
My orientation is outreach facilitator. So by me being in the ballroom scene, I'm doing outreach. I love to talk to people. I like to step out. We can have conversations with each other, just privately and discreetly. Then also, like I previously said, I can help get them into certain areas that they need to get into. I may not have all the contacts, but I have plenty to help them out.
Also, make sure, number one thing is make sure they link to care. So that's the number one thing. It's a lot of people out here that's on drugs, so I'll try to get them in rehab before they get on their medicine, because if they don't take care of the addiction first, they're not going to, be worried about taking medicine and stuff like that. So I try to pass out kits and stuff, like drug kits, to where they can test for fentanyl and stuff like that, because there's a lot of people that have passed away for overdose from fentanyl. So also, being an HIV positive person in this community, I have to be a role model. So I take my medicine every day. So fitness is like my number one thing. I also try to get them to work out, eat good. Also tell them about our new program, our EAT program that we have, our nutrition program. So it's a lot of things that ties in to ending the epidemic that, I speak on every day.
So my role here at BU is to advocate, educate, and to assist trans individuals. And I think with my role in ballroom, I've been in there so long that a lot of people know me from just being out in the community, having a good time. And I feel like I can blend both of them together, because I can help trans people that's in ballroom that don't know the resources that's available for us, such as your name change, your gender marker, all of that. I feel like I can be an asset to the community, especially in my community here in Indianapolis. So.
Well, for those who don't know, ballroom is mostly consists of Black and Latinx, trans people, and same gender loving men. And so my involvement there is making sure that those communities have access to the information, services, and education that we have at BU Wellness Network. So I think that as long as I am intertwining everything that I know and everything that I do on a day-to-day basis at BU with ballroom, continue to bring, our mini ball series and things of that nature to these people so that they can have access to testing and prevention and care for HIV. I think that that's me doing my part wholeheartedly, but I'm always willing to do more, and I do.